Welcome, this is the SBAC test review packet solution. This is going to be covering chapter 3, which is on page 3, covering two questions, questions 8 and 9. It says, Michael says that the interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. He claims that the interior angle of a heptagon must add up to 1260 degrees because a heptagon has 7 sides, and 7 times 180 is equal to 1260. Which statement, if any, explains Michael's errors? Please understand that there is an error because the question says, explain Michael's errors. I would like to show you first what a hept. First of all, look at the interior angle of a triangle does add up to 180. Any triangle, all angles on the inside of that triangle does add up to 180 degrees. This is your heptagon, right? That's why I made it red. This is your heptagon. The interior angles of the heptagon must add up to 1260. A heptagon has how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. Heptagon. Alright? So, the first one, A, you see I bolted. A heptagon does not have 7 sides. This is wrong because this comes from the definition of a heptagon. Okay? You have to remember your polygons for the state testing. Okay? Heptagon is 7 sides. So this is true. This is not Michael's error because that is true. Next, you want to test a heptagon can be divided into 5 triangles, and 5 times 180 equals to 900. Let's see if this is true. I cut the heptagon with a line. This would be my first triangle. Remember, a triangle has 3 sides, so I can cut it right here and make a triangle. Okay? Where I cut has to be coming from the same spot. So now again, I cut it again. That would be my second triangle. Cut it again, then I cut it one more time. How many triangles do you see? Remember, a triangle has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 triangles, which is true. Each triangle has 180 degrees because that is the interior angle of a triangle. It adds up to 180 degrees. This is 180 degrees, this is 180 degrees, this is 180 degrees, this is 180 degrees, and this is 180 degrees. So, this is true. A heptagon can be divided into 5 triangles. 5 times 180 is equal to what? 900. Add 180 plus 180 plus 180 plus 180 plus 180. This gets you the number, what? 900. Alright? The fact that it's 900, which is correct, do you see where his error is? He said it was 1260. So, we notice that the total interior angle in a hexagon, oh, it should be heptagon. I'm sorry, heptagon. Let me fix that really quick. Heptagon. Alright? It should be 900, right? So this is Michael's error. So the answer for this one would be B. That is his error, and this is the explanation on why that is true. On why it's the answer B. Why that is Michael's answer. Errors, okay? If you need an explanation, just rewatch the video. Okay, let's go look at number 9 now. Number 9 says, this parallel line A and B are cut by a transversal M, shown in this diagram. For each comparison, circle the symbols that make the relationship between the first 2 qualities and the second qualities true. It's very easy to read this if you've been doing math for a long while, but just make your life easy if you can't visualize it by just plugging some values, okay? I use these values, okay? Let's get some values in here. The angle A2 is going to be 80, and the angle 4 is going to be 100. How did Sorry about that. So, how do I got those values, right? I didn't just I made up those values, but those values are true. 2 and 4 here are linear pairs, so they have to add up to 180. Linear pair is defined as 2 angles that add up to 180. Okay, so 2 looks pretty small, that's why I made it 80. And 4 has to be 100 because 80 plus 100 is 180. Okay, 80 plus 100 is 180 because they're linear pairs. So I plug those values in. Okay, Notice that 1 is also 100 because why? Vertical angles, or 2 and 1 are linear pairs. 3 is 80 because 3 and 2 are vertical angles. Or you can say that 1 and 3 are linear pairs, so they have to add up to 180. Okay. Next, 6 is 80 because why? 2 and 6 are corresponding. They're the same thing. They're the same angle. Or you can say 4 and 6 are consecutive interior, which means they add up to 180. 5 is 100 because 5 and 6 are linear pair. Or you can say 3 and 5 are consecutive interior angles. So they add up to 180. 7 is 80 because 7 and 6 are vertical angles. They're congruent. Or 7 and 5 are linear pairs. 8 becomes 100 because 8 and 5 are vertical angles. Or it is a linear pair with 7, which is 80. So 100 plus 80 is 180. Once you have this filled in, you can now answer the question. You cannot answer the question without filling this in. Okay, so make sure you fill this in. Alright, is angle 1 and angle 5? Let's do a comparison. Angle 1, which is 80, and angle 5 is 100. This symbol, which means angle 5 is greater than. Do you see it's greater than? The way you want to think about this is in terms of Pac-Man. Pac-Man, mouth is here. Pac-Man's mouth will always eat the greatest. So Pac-Man will eat the angle 5. The reason why he eats angle 5 is because it's 100 degrees. Next one, angle 4 plus angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 6 is 180. Angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1 and angle 2 is 100 and also 80. So this one is equal because angle 4 plus angle 6, angle 4 and 6 is 180. Angle 1 and 2, which is also 180. So you say those two are the same. So there you go. Those were your solutions for chapter 3, which is page 3, for your solutions for the SBAC test review.